Hey ladies, single ladies, single ladies. Okay, this is a two-parter here. This is a carryover from the last video, which is feeding men. Now, if he is your man, of course, your husband, of course. If he's your long-term boyfriend, of course. If he's your boyfriend of maybe 6 months or so, feed him. Fine. But if he's just some stranger dude, you don't feed these men, because then you'll never be able to get rid of them. The last date that I said that I had, okay, fine. He was like, what you cooking? This is before I met him. So I told him what I was cooking. So he was like, oh, well, can I come and eat? You barely know my name. And you want to come up in my house. You don't know who I stay with, no nothing. You want to come up in my house and eat my food? It could be poisonous. You don't know what kind of food it is you want to come and eat. And he was dead serious. So it wasn't like a ha ha ha, you know, let me come and eat, girl. No, he was serious. And I'm just like, no, like who does that? So, and I've gotten that many times. And that's partly because a lot of women don't cook anymore. So, you know, for some odd reason, they just feel like I am woman, hear me roar, and they don't cook anymore. But as we go in life, women have certain roles to play, and so do men. You want them to bring home the bacon and fry it up in the pan, that whole business, but you gotta do your part too, which is cooking and helping take care of the kids. Now, I know it's 2013, and I know that, you know, time is different, and women have to go out there, and they have PhDs, and they work in 24 hours a day. I know that. But the roles are still defined. And men want a woman that can cook. You don't have to be a gourmet cook. Just cook basic stuff. Spaghetti, chicken, rice, and just, if you get about a good, maybe 7 staples, like spaghetti or some sort of pasta dish, chicken you can make probably 100 ways, rice, some sort of potato, maybe a beef dish, like that. You can interchange them, you know, for a whole month. Sometimes you have your beef with barbecue sauce. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you have spaghetti, or you have linguine, or you have, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you put meat in it, sometimes you don't. You can interchange those things. So you don't have to be a gourmet cook, but to satisfy a man, you just have to cook. So, but it's like you want to come over to my house, and we women are nurturers, which they know, and they tend to play us as nurturers. So we want to take care of, oh, poor baby, you hungry? I'm hungry. Well, come on, and I'll feed you, baby, and blah, 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 blah. We want to baby them. He would have came to my house, fed him, cool. He would have never left. Or he would keep coming back. He'd have been at my door knocking, ooh, you got a plate for me. And then every time, all the time, I'll be seeing him coming for a plate. And then the woman starts feeling used, because what's going to happen, sex is going to come into play, and who knows what else is going to come into play, because he's going to be at your house all the time because you're the nurturer and you're feeding him. Don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. If you know he's not for you, you know it hasn't been enough time, don't even break out a frying pan. Okay? I barely cook for my friends. And intendants and stuff like that. I'll cook for my friends that I've been knowing for years. Fine. I'll cook for long-term boyfriends and family and stuff like that. Fine. But as far as, you know, me not knowing you more than about 6 months, whatever, or we just casual here and there, or booty calls, or any of that stuff, I'm not cooking for you. No, not at all. I mean, and I like to cook. I'm cooking all the time. I'm making dessert. I make, you know, many course meals. But I'm not cooking for you, no. Because that is like almost inviting you into the bed. Pretty much. That's almost equivalent to a guy. It's like you're inviting them into your house to eat. Then I can get more things from you. So as soon as it'll be money, as soon as it'll be your drawers. So that's part 1. Part 2 of this is, you know, as you go out on dates, if you're looking at a man and seeing all the things that's wrong with him, you know, the 10 things or 15 things, whatever it is, and you automatically want to change it, you say, okay, I can make him lose weight, I can pop those pimples, I can get him a better job, He don't need to be for you. He needs to be 80-20. he needs to come at least 80% complete. Now, all the single guys out there usually are lacking something. Mothering, or, they do need a better job, or they need to fix their socks or change their designer, or, get a better hat or get a haircut, or, whatever have you. Those are small things. If you're looking at changing, like, maybe more than, like, 4 to 5 things, it's a problem. Because, especially at my age, which is in the 30s, 30 blah, blah, blah. But, especially at my age, they should come pretty much complete with a job/career, with goals, with, home training, foundation, good morals and values. Because even if they didn't grow up with it, you still develop it as you get older. Fine. But, there's a problem if you have to start changing the person completely. Then you're not really in love or in like with that person as they are. You are looking at them as a project. Men should not be a project. And yes, sometimes they look at us like that, or, whatever have you, but it's not a project because you don't really love that person. You're not really into it for that person. And that's where the problem starts. And then if they resist, which they probably will because they're men, start to resist your changes or be mad or whatever have you, you're going to feel like, well, I did all this for you, and, got the neck rolling, I did all this for you, and you didn't care about me, and no. Or, when they're taking those same changes that you made, that you worked so hard to make on them, you helped them lose weight, you gave them a better job, you pay their bills, and you take care of them like little mothers, and all those things, and they go be with the next woman, then you want to put somebody's lights out. You want to beat up somebody's car and, stalk somebody and all that stuff. But you can't do that. You can't make yourself a man, which I said in one of my last videos. You can't make yourself a man. And you cannot mold him and change him and, fix his hair and do all those motherly things and expect to have a good outcome. You can't do that. So when I meet these people, you have to look at what you can deal with. Can you deal with him having bad breath? Because if he's going to show up to to the first date like that, then that may be a chronic thing for him. Maybe, may not be. Can you deal with him, with his run over shoes and his holy clothes? Could you deal with him not having parents? Or being an orphan, when he was young? Could you deal with him having 4 baby mamas? Could you deal with him with certain things? You have to realize that men come, especially men, definitely everybody at a certain age come with baggage. But definitely men come with baggage. They come with a lot of baggage. Women do too. Now, don't get me wrong. We got our daddy issues, and we got our, daddy issues, baby daddy issues, baby issues, mama was never there for me, and I don't have any girlfriends because, and it's up to wazoo. I can never get ahead because I'm black and I'm a woman. We have our issues too. But guys have issues because it's a little bit harder, only because they out there, they supposed to be the breadwinners. So when they're not the breadwinners or can't perform those duties, then it messes with them psychologically. So fine. But, you have to realize it, or think about you can deal with those things. You cannot look at him, definitely, if you just met him, or if you know, either way, if you've known him for a while, you cannot look at him and say, I need to change 4 or 5 things about you or more, and you'll be just the perfect man. Because like the dude that said I went to come over and eat my food, overweight, bad skin, bad nails, bad posture. The way he eats is terrible. He's still eating scrapple. And then they brought it out. He was all burnt and whatnot. I'm just like, and he ate it with ketchup. Salt on salt, fat on fat, and who knows what is really in scrapple. Anyway, so, so he, just the way he ate, the way he talked, his humor, he had no sense of humor. I like to laugh and be yuck, 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 and all that good stuff. But he had no sense of humor, no nothing. And you have to think, could I live with that? Could I live with making scrapple every day? No. Could I do with your nasty nails and whatnot? No. Could I do with you not having a sense of humor and I'm laughing by myself? No. Because to be funny, which I consider myself, maybe just to me, but whatever. I guess I'm the only one that counts. But you want somebody to laugh with you and talk with you and, whatever. So, I couldn't deal with that. So why am I even going to take my time and effort and energy and put it in this person who may resent it anyway, who may not want it anyway? And then also on the flip side of it, there are men that need a little work. But I'm talking about a little work, a little bit. He needs to fix his hair a different way. He needs to ask for a raise at his job. He needs to, do some minor things. But you're not making a man. That's my moral of the day. Do not cook for a man and do not make a man. Peace out. Oh, my single ladies. Oh, my single ladies. Put your hands up.